And good evening, everyone, and welcome here to the Red Knight Baseball Complex as the Red Knights' second round of the OHSAA tournament. I am Rich Coburn, and joining me, there we go. Joining me, it's a pleasure for me to have this gentleman sitting beside me because there's no one pretty much that knows more about the team, more about the sport. Well, pretty much all the sports as basketball. Of course, you've heard him as doing commentary with Rob Cephaletta during the girls' basketball team. It's my pleasure to introduce to you and bring back for baseball, Mr. Andy Reeves. How you doing, pal?
Good. I'm doing great. Glad to be here. You know, that introduction is not appropriate as far as if it wasn't for people like we just talked about. Mr. Ed Robinson had a moment of silence. It was really tough up here. He passed this week. Talk about someone who knew the game and life. Not many people like Ed Robinson. It's going to be. That was tough for Mark McCart to get through, and it's been a tough week for a fallen Red Knight, and he was a true gem.
I mean, anything you wanted or anything you needed, you could call him in a heartbeat, and he'd always be there for you.
Absolutely.
Even if he didn't know you that well. I mean, he would always help anyone.
Yep, he'd be down there on the third base line today, and he is.
Absolutely.
He is. So
absolutely.
Let's play a little ball here. So we got the Hornets coming in at 12 and 13, 13 and 12. We've had two different reports. Red Knights are 19 and 3. Dirk Hutchinson is going to do the pitching and leading off, as we'll get to the whole lineup here in a minute. Well, they have Hutchinson, Ethan Bush will bat second, play second base. Connor Lefevre will catch. Peyton Davis, number 5, will play third base. And Adam Moser will be right fielder. Tristan Phillips is a shortstop. Johnny Walker's in center field. And first baseman Noah Ball and left fielder Dylan Phillips. And now we have Dirk Hutchinson. Take it away, Rich.
So here we go. Here comes the first pitch from the Red Knights pitcher as Leisure. First pitch delivered, hit down down third base and out foul.
Came with an inside fastball, was pulled foul. Wasn't going to be able to keep that one fair.
So here comes the 0-1 pitch from Leisure. Popped
up, might have room. It's out of play. 0-2, though. Here's Leisure getting on top. This is what we want to see when Caleb's on. He works fast, changes speeds, throws strikes, has a clue, has good balance, holds runners. He can deal, and I'd like to see him get ahead like that 0-2 now.
So here we go, top of the first batter and everything. Here's your 0-2 pitch from Leisure. That's going to be
too good 0-2, but we had a steady right fielder there, Ryan. Matches, tougher than it had to be, but he made the catch.
Yeah, Leisure Matches went for it and actually stumbled first and then got back on his feet. Nice catch by Matches.
Second baseman, number 4, Ethan Bush.
Ethan Bush, second baseman, here will step in. Matches' first step was back, which you want, so he came forward late, but he got it.
Here's the pitch right just over the glove of Leisure, but
Boucher's right there.
Good stretch by Parker, and that's going to be out number 2 here in the first.
So a little flare over Leisure's head, a leadoff curveball there, good pitch. Flared up there, brought Boucher right over second base. He was able to gather himself. His momentum was going to first base for 2 quick outs, 4 pitches.
So that is, like you said, that's 4 pitches, and that's going to bring up Moser. Just in the dirt, ball 1. It's Lefevre.
Caleb missed a spot there. And the reason why I say that, he don't miss them many. When he's on, you're going to be able to tell here after an inning or 2 whether he's on or not.
So here's Leisure's 1-0 pitch. Oh,
good spot.
Looked like it hit the corner, but they're going to
Sam Jones behind the plate and Jason Vane on the bases here for this sectional final.
So the 2-0 pitch from Leisure. Swings and a miss.
A little bit of cheese on that to Lefevre. You're going to see the Hornets are athletic. They're fast. They'll play small ball. They'll bunt. Dennis Tucci is their baseball coach, also their basketball coach.
2-1. It's going to be popped up again.
Second baseman maybe.
No, that's going to be. It's just going to hit.
It's going to get 2.
going to take 2 on it.
Good base
Parker
running.
Gets it in. Oh, nice slide, but he's going to be in there safely. So that's going to put 1 run, it's going to put 1 on for the Hornets.
Not a whole lot you can do there. Usually when it's behind the first baseman, your second baseman will be able to get there, but that thing dropped right on the line. You had Matches coming. You had Walter going over. You had Parker going back, and it found the empty spot there. Nothing hurt. 2 outs. Runner on second.
So like you said, runner at second.
Davis
Leisure comes set. Checks the runner at second. Here's the delivery.
We can spin him. A little flare. It's going to drop. And they're going to send him
They're
home.
gonna try
Matches
it.
has got a good arm. It's high.
It's just high. He's going to be safe as he slides
That's a bad
it
read.
home.
Throw him out.
Another bad throw, but it's
So
going to be interesting there, pal.
We had a little flare over Walter's head in between Walter and Matches. I thought Evan was going to be able to get there. It carried a little bit. Matches throws it home. The runner coming from second to score high over Early's head. Base runner got a bad read. Didn't get the second till late, but then it was enough to get there still. So runner on second, 2 outs.
So runner at second, 2 outs like you mentioned. Leisure checks the runner. Goes home.
We were saying, too,
Cold.
like I talked to Coach Perkins last night. Malvern's going to small ball. They're going to bunt. They're going to play hard, and they're fast. And they got a bunch of athletes, not necessarily a true baseball team like stacked or a 500 team, but you mess around, they'll beat you.
As he gets another
We got
bigger
another
lead at
spinnable
second.
kid at second base. We've had 2 in a row. We might be able to spin, but sometime traditionally here, I think Caleb's going to spin him. We got a 1-1 count. We should have a pickoff move here. We'll see if Evan picks up the sign here.
Leisure,
Usually it's our second baseman going over.
Leisure trying to get the sign. Got it. Comes set.
Oh, we're going to spin him.
Looks.
There it is.
Pulls it up, and he is.
Okay.
Gets back safely.
Yep. Keep him honest now. So now you can't get that extra step. Even when you spin, if you don't get him, it's you're keeping him honest. You can't get that big secondary with 2 outs. What could lead to a run?
1-0 here in the top of the first. Malvern. As Leisure comes set. Checks the runner. Here's the delivery.
Curveball.
High.
2-1. Still nothing hurt yet. 1-0. You had to score 1 to win anyway.
2 outs here in the top of the first. Checks his delivery. Just foul.
Foul back 2-2. 2-2.
He was going on that too as well.
This time of the year, the sun for the third baseman, shortstop, and left field can become a challenge, especially mid-June here with these trees that have been gone for about 5-6 years in the parking lot. It's really been a challenge. May come into play.
So brings it into the batter. Gets him
Outside
on the corner.
Rings him up. Caleb painting the black. Big strikeout. 1-0 Hornets.
Oh no, it's gonna be one run on 2 hits, 1 left on. Your score as we go into the bottom of the first. Malvern 1, your Red Knights nothing. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. You're listening to Red Knight Baseball right here on the K-Night Network.
I'll run through the lineup when we come back on if I have enough time.
No, that'd be great because honestly, I need to set. Their lineup came up short on me. Okay, so. Ball's in play. Fly ball. Batter's out. Aren't you? Thank God I had it. This died. Ball in play. Ground ball.
Might not have time for the lineup.
You ready?
Yeah.
And welcome back here to the Night Complex. Andy, you got a couple
Yeah,
of
we got-
quick.
Bottom of the first,
We
the Red
got Don
Knights.
Bowser leading off, playing shortstop. Avery Wigan will be our center fielder, batting second. Chris Parker, first baseman, third. And I'll get to the rest of the lineup after this pitch. Dirk Hutchinson on the hill for the Hornets.
Hutchinson's actually had a really good year so far for the Hornets. Here's his first pitch. It's going to be inside as Bowser keeps there.
And then we'll have Bryson Miller, who will DH for Bryson Anderson, fifth. Evan Walter or fourth. Evan Walter in the fifth spot. Ryan Matches sixth.
So that brings
Foul
back to the defense.
1-1 count. And we'll have Ryan Matches in right field batting sixth. Brant Reeves at third batting seventh. Will Early catching batting eighth. And Caleb Leisure doing the pitching batting ninth.
So here is the 1-1. just low. It's going to bring up 2-1.
2-1, and your
For
leadoff
Bowsher.
guy, Bowsher, you know, our big motto this year is see pitches. We see, on average, probably 5, 6, 7 pitches. Our guys have a clue at the plate. Here we are, 3-1, so he's going on his 5th pitch coming. This is what you want from your leadoff hitter. You want to get on base. You want to see pitches. Want to make him work. Got a time late. He's in control. Bowsher is very mature for a freshman. He's a heck of a player.
And that's one of the key things you just said as a freshman. It's going to be
Yep.
interesting to see what he does through his years. That's Hutchison. Gets a sign. Here's the delivery.
Like a leadoff walk,
Inside.
same as a hit.
Absolutely.
If he can do that, I'd like to see his bunting come alive a little more as his career progresses, the drag and a push to get on. I know he can. I'm sure it's something he'll work
Red
through.
Knights center fielder, number 7, Avery Wiggin.
Leadoff base runner is always good. Wiggin a lefty here. Hutchinson comes set. Big lead from Bowsher. Hutchinson he didn't really pause there.
No.
I'm going to be looking for a possible balk. I'm sure Coach Perk may be eyeing up Jason Vane, who's the field umpire there. It was borderline. He came set there.
So here we go. It's going to be low again. So it's going to be a 2-0 count.
Bowsher got a good lead. I'm not sure about Lefever's arm. I didn't get a chance to look at it pregame. I'm sure it's decent. He's an athlete. 2-0 count here. Hitter's count.
So here it comes. Down the middle. We're going to go ahead and put.
Looked like a delayed steal. Two
That's
big
what I was
hops and a
wondering.
steal. I mean, he had a big lead, and then no one was pinching the middle. The shortstop and the second baseman weren't pinching and respecting the runner, so a delayed steal's perfect there. Good call, Coach Perk.
So here we go. As a runner at second. The pitch. Still low. 3-1.
3-1, plus count again. Seeing pitches. Here's the 5th pitch. 6 pitches for Bowsher, 5 pitches for Wiggin. There's no outs. He's 11 pitches in.
Bowsher at first. Wiggin behind the plate. There's the pitch. Gets the outside corner. Called strike 2. Full count.
I know one thing. You got a competitor and an athlete on the mound.
Oh.
You know, and if you have that in a baseball game, it
Here-
can do damage.
Outside.
2 leadoff walks.
It's going to put him on.
Didn't chase anything. I think, did Bowsher even swing at one? He may have swung at one.
One.
One. Avery didn't swing.
Because it was foul
Yeah,
back.
so we're selective and we're aggressive at the same time.
Absolutely.
We have a clue at the plate. Here's our 3-hitter, Chris Parker, first baseman. First and second, no outs.
So here's Parker. His inside pitch. Once again, inside and low. Brings up ball 1.
So start you won here for the Red Knights.
2-1 for the Red Knights. Bowsher at second. Wiggin at first. He's going to spin move. He's going to get back safely with no issue.
Quick move, not really a setup there, and they use the shortstop. That's sometimes tough to come back going the opposite direction to make a tag. It's more like trying to keep him on base there.
Here's Parker. It's going to get hit right to the second baseman.
4, 6, and Parker's going to, there will be no throw, so you got the runner to third, be first and third
moved
one
him.
out. Moving runners around a little bit. Bryson Miller, who crushes fastballs. See if he can get into one here. Flag is not blowing at all, so we don't have any wind blowing out.
Designated hitter, number 24, Bryson Miller.
First and third. Chops one to short. Goes the short way. 6-4.
No. He's going to say he fell
Pulled the
off
first
bat.
baseman off the base. Jason Vane all over that call. It might have been enough to get him by half a step, but it pulled him just away toward right field, and it gets the Red Knights a run, and we're tied.
I say we're going to be up 1-1 now here in the bottom of the first.
Chopped a couple on the ground there with our big hitters.
Tucci wants to get an explanation from the
Second
umpire.
baseman, number
He wants
3,
help from home.
Walter.
I don't know that home's going to be able to see that because it pulled the first baseman towards right field. Now, pulling your foot, you can see it normally, but it was pulling him away. It's a tough one to overcall with only 2 umpires. Curveball
First pitch.
up. Hutchinson throwing some soft stuff here early, and that's Tucci having a clue. Anybody who knows anything knows Toronto hits fastballs. I mean, that's our MO. There's a strike to Walter. Yeah, he called it a strike.
Called it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 1-1 pitch.
1-1 count.
High.
Hutchinson's been all over the plate. We were patient there and we chopped a couple, but 1-1 ball game here. Walter can hit a ton.
So here's the pitch.
Popped it up. That's in that sun. Popped it to the left. It's in foul territory, but it'll be caught. Just got under that a little bit. So after one, Red Knights won, Hornets won.
Telling you what, so far it's an exciting game here at the Knight Complex. We're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Red Knight Baseball. We'll be back.
Tristan Phillips will lead off here, top of the second for the Hornets. He's a shortstop. 1-1 ball game, top of the second. Leisure on the mound, early, catching.
So here's Phillips' first look at Leisure. The pitch, right down the middle, gets called on the outside corner.
Lead off speed. That's what I like to see. Caleb deals 3 pitches. When he's throwing them for strikes, he's tough to time up.
Gets a sign from early. As swings.
Let go of the bat there. You don't see that too often in high school.
No. Duck.
It's a strike. It's an inside fastball. Phillips let go of his bat, went toward the Red Knight dugout toward Coach Crow there. He was on his feet hopping. Still young, Coach Crow.
Crow look calling pitches. 0-2 count here on Phillips.
Good spot.
Whoa.
Good spot. And that's one of the ones that look really good from the dugout when he hits a spot. But it was in the left-hander's batter's box, but that's where we wanted it, 0-2.
And give Will credit. You know, he tried to frame that pretty nicely, too.
Good 0-2 pitch.
So 1-2 pitch now. Comes at you, gets it to third base. Reeves bounces it.
Got in between
hold
hop there on Brandt. You know, he's coming, then he gets the in between, and it's going to be an error on the third baseman. The hot corner.
37, center fielder, number 2, Johnny Walker.
So that brings
Johnny
up
Walker.
What a name. Isn't it? What a name. As we're here in the top of the second inning, tied up at 1.
Leisure, this is what he does really, really good. He holds runners. He has 5 or 6 different moves, and that's just a step-off setup move. He's got 5 moves to first base, and it doesn't affect how he throws to the plate. Controls runners very well. They're
Back
showing
over
bunt.
again. Parker's going to let it kind of go back behind him a little bit as he's going to move on to second. He's going to look.
Okay, so the good thing about throwing over is you could see they were showing bunt. Sometimes you throw over to see if they're showing bunt. He was. But the problem is we threw it away.
So he's going to move
They
to
still
second
might
on
bunt.
that.
And Coach Perk said they'll small ball. With no outs, you might bunt in the third.
It's not going to hurt anything right now. He's not. He's going to look to throw.
Fastball in.
Inside for called for
spot.
a strike. 0-1 pitch.
Now, being at the third with no outs is pretty big. With 1 out, you know, it's okay. Yeah. But third with no outs is really good. But they're not going to bunt him.
Leisure checks the runner.
So seeing eye single.
Bowser was looking for the spin move, so he was cheating towards second a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I like when our second baseman covers the spin, but I don't know if that's what he was truly doing. I got this pole here too, Rich. I can't.
Can we scoot over a little bit?
Yeah. So the Hornets, first and third, no outs.
So that's going to bring a ball to hit. Runners at the corners. No outs. Here's Leisure. Checks both runners. Here's the delivery.
That's
and it's
crushed.
a crush shot right over Anderson's head. He's going to right off the fence. That's going to scroll one. Ball comes into the shortstop, and everyone else is going to hold up.
Double the scores one.
All they're going to get is one out of that.
That ball was tattooed off the bottom of the fence over Bryson Anderson. And the Hornets off to a good start. They're going to swing the bats. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to play hard, and they're athletic. So
Batting ninth, left fielder, number 12, Dylan
When I was
Phillips.
looking at them and stuff, when I watched one game before I came up here, they had a lot of speed.
yeah,
Looking
they're
at 'em in
they're
the
fast.
line.
Yeah, Coach Perk said they're fast. Their outfield's fast. They run the bases hard. Flared, all right. Drops.
Going to drop. It's going to be a play at the plate. He's going to be in there safely.
We have a lot of these flares dropping in right now. We have 3 errors. They have 5 hits. And they've had a couple flares just drop in, you know. Not a good start for the Red Knights. A lot of ball game left. Got to regroup. Coach Perk gets a timeout here. He's going to come out and regroup his kids. It's not the end of the world, but you got to focus here. And we're making a move right now. We're going to bring Parker in for Leisure.
That's going to put Ball on third.
So we're going to see Parker throw. And that's going to move some people around. It's going to move Walter to first base. Leisure will go to short, and Dom will go to second. That's traditionally what we do, Dom Bowsher. Traditionally what we do. So we've had 3 errors, which is not like us. Throwing error in from right field
These changes
over to
for
catcher,
Red Knights.
pickoff move, and then an error at
Tom
third.
Boucher moves from short to second. Evan Walter from second to first. Caleb Leisure from the mound to shortstop. Coming in to pitch, number 12, Chris Parker.
So Parker's going to go pitch.
So a lot of game left. You got to regroup. You got to put things behind you. You can't dwell on things. Okay, you got a bad start. Okay, we're gonna hit the ball. Got to stay positive. Richie, I was thinking about some of these ground balls. You think you get a true hop no matter what? Some of our kids have anticipated a hop that's not coming
I
because of playing on.
used to
Like,
play on the
I
dirt
talked to
and
some of them
everything.
this year. They're like, listen, we're thinking we're getting used to it, but like sometimes you think that's going to hit a lip or that's going to take this hop, and it doesn't.
It's
So
interesting.
it's kind of different way of thinking. And you play the Northeast with the harsh winters we get and the field conditions. You're fielding ground balls. You're anticipating all these different kind of hops, and you don't get them here.
and what's nice, though, is especially the turf looks beautiful. I think the whole
Yeah.
entire ballpark right now looks beautiful from the outfield to the ballpark, or from the turf. And it's great because that's what you're going to see down the
Pitcher,
line
Dirk
in the tournament.
Hutchinson.
It's all going to be turf pretty much.
So they're at the top of the order, first and third, no outs, up 3-1. The Hornets are sitting pretty here. Dirk Hutchinson. Parker deals outside. His first pitch.
3-1 right now here, top of the second. Runners are at the corners. Ball's at third. Phillips at first. Hutchinson in the plate with his 1-0 count. Pitch gets the
Outside pitch.
swing.
Outside fastball. When Parker's on too, he's another one. He has a natural lefty tail movement. You know, you can't really get on him real good when he's on.
Parker checks. Throws. Gets him
Popped
to
up.
pop up.
Make a play here, Evan. It's in foul territory towards Walter. He got it.
He takes it.
Watch tagging up there. They can sneak and tag on that third. It's a big out. Got to start somewhere.
Second baseman, Ethan Bush.
Ethan Bush, the second baseman. He grounded to short last time, up the middle, flared it over top of Leisure's head to Boucher.
Checks the runner. Runner's still in the
Good
corner.
pitch.
Goal right on the outside corner.
That's what we need Chris to do, paint that corner like that. First and third, I didn't get to see what kind of coverage we got on if Malvern does anything here. On straight steal, delayed steal, leave early. If they're going to go first movement on a lefty, I'm not sure what their approach would be here.
God, gets him
curveball.
to swing on that curveball.
Curveball sinks down and in on the right-hander there, 0-2 pitch. No drop 3 here with the first base occupied and 1 out.
There's the pitch right down.
They're
found the
fine.
gap.
They're getting a couple seeing eye hits there. That ball had eyeballs. A little weak ground ball to right side, but perfectly placed in between the second and first baseman. It's 4-1 Hornets.
Well, if you notice something, that's what's kind of killing us is those easy little bloopers and the nice easy
what happens,
small ground rolls.
It has that old baseball thing where you have an air, a bloop, and a blast, and we had the blast because that's what happens. You know, when if you have an air and there's a bloop or a bleeder, you sure as crap there's going to be a blast. It's just the way it's been.
And here's Lefevre stepping in. He's going to get called strike one on the inside corner.
I think it's been like that since the 1800s in baseball. It's just what happens. Air, bloop, blast.
Phillips at second. Bush is at first. Parker checks. Gets him to swing low.
Lefevre. Get these Hutchinson, Lefevre, these guys. You got some athletes from Malvern, some basketball guys, football guys, three-sport athletes, small school like Toronto, Brown local schools.
Here is the 0-2 pitch, 1 out. As the ball once again gets popped up, it's going to go over to Matches, though, in left field.
Tagging from second base.
Oh, be safe down there. And safe
Okay,
all
try
the
to
way.
come out. Okay, so Matches catches it for the second out. They tag at second, and the back runner tags from first. Hustles back and tags from first. So Matches throws to Reeves, safe at third. Reeves pops it into Boucher at second, safe at second. So, but we get the out. Second and third, 2 outs.
Third baseman, Peyton Davis.
And they got Peyton Davis at the plate, and he's their 4-hitter. This is who they'd one up.
So Davis checking.
Getting that corner. Parker's putting it right there on the block.
Davis last time up hit over 2 Matches in that little blooper.
Yes. Was that the one over top Parker's head and
Yep.
the one that sat on the line? Yeah.
Yep. So, strike one. Here it is. The pitch. And they're not going to give him that corner.
Out. Yeah, that one was a little bit out. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Parker now, the Red Knight pitcher, relieving Leisure.
Runner at third, runner at second. Here's Parker's delivery. It's going to be fouled out of play, back behind.
All right, 1-2, so you got drop 3 in play here. You want to make sure we hold on to a strikeout. If not, at least tag him. If you get into the throw, you got to make sure you get an inside or outside call and stick it down there to Walter, and Matches backs it up so there's no damage.
So, Parker outside. It's going to bring up 2-2. They're not as scared to run on the bases. You know what I mean?
No, they're going to be aggressive. I mean, you know how Tucci coaches.
Yep.
That's what's. They said Tom Williams, assistant coach.
That's
Ground ball
good.
stay
Stays
down.
in.
Right to Walter. Third out. All right, regroup, Red Knights. Plenty of ball game. 4-1 Hornets after 1.5 at Night Baseball Complex.
Yeah, so 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors on.
4 hits, 2 left.
That's going to take us here into the bottom of the second. The score, your Red Knights 4. Malvern 4. Your Red Knights 1. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Red Knight Baseball right here on the K-Night Network.
Second for the Red Knights.
You got a camera on, too? You have a camera on? No, no camera.
Matches. It's a nice shot.
Foul.
Chest goes foul. So Matches takes the first pitch off of Hutchinson. Takes it down the third base line. Just foul. So he's going to come up. I'm Rich Coburn. He's Andy Reeves. Here's the second pitch from Hutch. Nice curveball. Gets it to break. as Matches takes a swing.
0-2 to Ryan here. 6 hitter for Red Knights, right fielder. He was busy today so far in the outfield.
Same pitch, just high.
Curveball up. Curveball up. That probably came across his above the letters there. He might have popped that up or fouled it back, but
1-2 pitch. Gets it.
Fouled that one off. That was a good pitch. It was probably borderline fastball, but he had to at least get something on it to stay alive. Good job staying alive there, Matches. Not much he could do with that pitch.
So here is the 1-2 pitch to Matches. Just misses the corner. It's going to be a 2-2 now.
Looks like he's in there. 2-2 to Matches. Bottom of second, 4-1 Hornets.
Here is a 2-2 pitch. Gets him to swing and misses.
Swinging, 1 out.
That's going to bring up Brant Reeves for the Red Knights.
Batting 7th for the Red Knights, third baseman, number 10, Brant Reeves.
Bottom of the second, 4-1, Malvern. Outside pitch.
Curveball out. You don't want a curveball first pitch unless it's hanging.
Second pitch is actually going to be out of play down first base line. It's kind of funny because before we actually had a I believe it was First Class Auto, to be honest with you, sponsorship.
Yeah.
And every time it hit out of play, as the pitch gets called strike 2, you'd hear a crash, and Jay would say,
"Oh yeah,
that's a new client for First Class Auto." Here it comes, quick. It's going to be high, 2-2.
Heads up, yeah. 2-2. Hutchinson's finding it now. First inning looked a little shaky, but he looks more all over the plate here with his pitches.
Nice shot.
Line drive
right
down the
first
line.
base line.
It's a hit for Reeves.
He's going to look to go 2. He's going to go ahead and try for 2. Pitch
He's
is
out.
down. Thrown out going into second.
Yep, he got thrown out. I don't know if he got the green light. He came around
He
hard.
came around.
He must have got the green light from Cheetalk where he just went, but he was coming hard, and it was a good throw from the line to get him. Nice hit down the line. Doesn't do us any good now. It is 2 outs, nobody on.
Batting 8th, catcher, number 20, Will Early.
Curveball. We want to leave that alone. First pitch curveball is no good unless it's belt high, and you see pick up spin and fastball adjust. You don't want to swing no first pitch curveball here, especially down 4-1. There's a fastball there.
So 1-1 is the count.
So Red Knights get their lone hit and then get thrown out 1-2.
The outside.
That kid did a nice job. He gathered himself on the run, squared his shoulders, and stuck a strike to second base. Who is that in right field?
He has an arm out there.
It was a
That's
strike.
Mosser.
It was a strike. Mosser.
As that's fouled back. As he stays alive. 2-2 now. 2-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 4-1 Malvern. No one on. Hutchinson. Curveball again.
Baseball's such a funny game. He throws that ball in the left center field, and Reeves gets third. Everybody goes, that's what we got to be. We got to be aggressive. But listen, sometimes, right now, the Hornets are on fire.
I believe
Everything's going right for them.
Pop
So we got to find a way to turn the tides here.
out of play.
Because the longer it goes, Hutchinson gets confidence. They get confidence at the plate.
He's also looking, like you mentioned earlier, he's starting to settle in.
Yeah, he is.
The first period the first inning looked like it was going to be interesting.
There's
as
a
he's
walk.
going to walk him.
There's a walk.
So that puts Erdley at first and brings up Leisure. If you're wondering, if you're watching and stuff like that, wondering where the TV side of it is, we did not have permission to video this game as the pitch comes in. High, ball 1. But we went ahead and made sure we made arrangements for if the Red Knights win and continue to move on. We made arrangements with Tim Street from the OHSAA as the pitch comes in for a called strike. Spectrum is the OHSAA's main TV source.
Yeah, tournament time, you get a little bit different rules. Bounce right back to the pitcher. Well, we went through the lineup one time. Okay, so if we can stop the damage here, we get our second time through seeing Hutchinson. That's when things start to happen normally in games. So
No
we'll
runs,
see.
one hit, one left, down to 2. Malvern 4.
So one hit,
one.
no runs, no errors, 21 pitches. We go into the top of the third. Malvern, 4. Red Knights, 1. Yeah, I was talking to Tim. When I talked to him to ask him if we could do these games, he said absolutely. And then sitting there, and he was like, well, I forgot to call Spectrum and ask for permission for you.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of sit. So it's just kind of nice bringing back to the days, and we're glad you're sitting there watching, because I got a couple messages saying that none of the video's working. Well, that's actually why.
Hey, take it back to
without
like when,
permission.
as a kid, man. Take the radio down to the river, go fishing, and listen to baseball. Draw
yeah.
your own picture. So hopefully, I need to do a better job of drawing a picture for people who can't see. So now that I know that, I'm going into radio mode.
It's interesting how fast you can flip, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I wish that. We were laughing because the last game we did, that was my first baseball game back into the swing of things.
Oh yeah.
And from basketball, everything's constantly moving. Baseball is the
Baseball,
porch swing.
but there's so much more going on in the sport than there is any other. I mean, we'll get into what's going on every pitch of every inning. You could probably speak for 2 or 3 minutes on one pitch at one certain spot of a count, depending on who's on base, what the situation is, what inning it is, how late it is, what the score is.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's lefty-righty matchup, whether, there's so many things in baseball. It's such a mental game.
And the thing is, too, what is the infield and outfield doing? They have a shift on.
Right. Yeah, there's all kinds of things.
Is there?
Just like there, where aggressive going to second base get thrown out, but then again, and like we said, if he throws it away, everybody thinks, oh, that's great.
Top of the third for Malvern.
Kid made a strike.
Right fielder, Adam Moser.
So that's going to bring up Mosser. Mosser last time. Got on as the ball is hit. It's going to be
First.
Ooh. Almost got him at first. Ryan come charging
Matches come
him.
in.
Been busy that direction today. Another base runner for the Hornets. Phillips will come up.
So that's going to put him on.
Shortstop, Tristan Phillips.
So here we go. It's going to bring up shortstop. Tristan Phillips for Malvern. 1 on Smosser. No outs. 4-1. Parker's just going to step off. Beautiful day here at the Knights Baseball Complex. 82 degrees, sunny. As Parker picks off. Got him in the
rundown.
and
Beautiful,
he got him,
beautiful. No, one throw. That rundown's perfect. We got the throw over. The good move from Parker. Evan Walter steps inside. You want to be inside the baseline, or if you're not inside, you want to be on the same side as the runner, opposite of the runner, so you're not throwing across the runner. We did it perfectly. You want one throw, he's out. Beautifully executed.
So that's going to bring up
Lead off
Phillips.
strike, or no? Was Phillips up? He was up, and then
Yeah,
we
he
threw
was
over on the first pitch, and now it's 0-1.
So here is the 0-1 pitch.
Their base
Gonna
runner
be
got
strike
caught
two.
in no man's land. He wasn't running. He wasn't really getting a secondary. He was froze. No. Chris's move there is, with 2 umpires, if I didn't hear anybody yelling block. Everybody likes to yell block on a lefty. But with 2 umpires, you're probably not going to get a call anyway.
No, he swings
Chris
and a
could
miss.
get away with a little bit extra. Big strikeout there for Parker.
Well, the thing is, too, you weren't here last time. You were in here, but you weren't with me. We were talking about how quick Parker's release is to first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was one of the things that kind of impressed me was how quick his release was on that pickoff move.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things with the lefty. Of course, Mitch LeMasters is still picking people off today, I think. He picked off umpires, coaches, players. It's the best move I've ever seen. Mitch, if you're listening, he came over last year. We were coaching summer ball. Mitch came over with his man shoes on, house shoes. Look, just straight grown man mode. Come over and got in a drill. I said, come here, Mitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came over and picked off some of our kids.
So he still has it.
Oh, yeah. But with a lefty, if you're going to steal, like we would do Toronto, you go on first move. First move means as soon as he brings his leg up, you're going. You don't. Then if you just sprint and if you lead off from the inside corner of the base, first baseman's got to step in and stick it, and they may hit the runner in the head. There's all kinds of things that goes into that.
3-0 pitch goes out.
You could write a book on.
Ooh.
You can write a book on lefties thrown over to first base runner approach. There's all kinds of At least a chapter in a book.
3-1.
Parker got 2 outs here, nobody on. The Hornets have sprayed 7 hits today. Strike 3
Got him
looking. Nice pitch from Parker. So after 2, the Hornets lead 4-1.
I only had 2 strikes on that too.
No runs, 1 hit,
But
nobody left.
Well, I guess there was 3.
We'll take it.
2.5.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors.
101.
We go into the bottom of the third. The score: Malvern 4, your Red Knights 1. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Red Knight Baseball right here on the K-Night Network.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Red Knights Baseball Complex.
Got the whole thing right here. Malvern roster.
As we get ready here to go to the bottom of the third inning.
So we're back to the top of our order, Dominic Boucher. So this is the turning the order over the second time you see Hutchinson, okay? Yeah, Boucher saw 6 pitches the first time. See if he settles in here and we get something going. 4-1. I mean, we've been down. If you've been watching Red Knights this year, the first 2 weeks of the season, we were down 4-1 every game in 1. So let's see what happens.
So here's Hutchinson's first shot as Bowser takes the first one, swings foul, back out of play.
Good cut. He got a nice swing. He jumped on that fastball there. He's got into a couple this year. He can gap the ball.
So here we go, the 0-1 pitch. Oh, beautiful
Good curveball.
curveball.
See, a lot of times too, as a pitcher gets just a little not tired, but as they settle in and get a little tired their legs, the curveball becomes better. That's the best curveball he's thrown today in the third inning here.
So here is the 0-2 pitch to Bowser. Curveball
Back
once
to back.
again, just misses.
A little up and in there. 1-2 to Boucher.
It's breaking nicely for him.
Laid off. Good.
Oh,
Good pitch. Come up and in with a fastball. A little bit in. Middle in. Up around a little bit above the letters.
4-1 Malvern. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Gets him swinging.
So, a strikeout. And what Hutchinson did there in the coaching staff for Malvern, I'm assuming they're calling pitches, they're changing eye level. They're working up, down, soft, fast, in, out. You know, and that's what you do. And if you have a pitcher that can hit those spots, you're going to get people, their timing off, their eye level off, you know. Wiggin.
Yeah, center fielder. Wiggin for the Red Knights. Squared up. It's going to get called, though, for a strike. Squared up, pulled back. Keeps it low. 1-1's a count.
Just need a base runner. Still very early, third inning.
Here's the pitch. Just a little bit high. Brings up the count 2-1.
Plus count here for Avery. Just need to get on base here.
Hutchinson not wasting any time bringing the ball.
Yeah, he gets in a rhythm here. We might want to
Low and inside, though.
time, get it back into the box slow, make the umpire call you back in. There's several things you can do.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's going to get hit right to first baseman.
Bobbled. He's going to beat
no
that
one's
out.
There.
We'll take
Yeah,
it. It was going to be close anyway, but a little bobble, and then Avery runs well. So there's your one-on-one out. And Mr. Chris Parker, who's now pitching, started the game at first base, or 3-hitter, steps in.
So Parker's going to have the opportunity to help himself out here a little bit. As Wiggin sitting at first. Parker steps in. First pitch is going to be high and outside.
Get ahead here. Curious to see if he'll get Avery moving or not.
And he's going to hit that gap.
That's where
gonna
it was.
go
Mark
perfectly.
McCart just called that here beside me. Parker
Still
gaps
keeping-
one. That's going to hold him
Wiggin.
up. Yep.
Let's say,
Yep. Yeah, listen, that's smart because you
I
only have
agree.
one out. You don't want to make the second out here. Now a base hit scores 2.
So they're going to hold Wiggin up.
You got Bryson Miller coming up here
Brings
too.
Wilson. Yep. Telling you what a nice hit.
Yeah, you send him home there. If he gets thrown out at home, now you got 2 outs with 1 on. Right now you got Bryson Miller up 1 out, 2 on. Base hit scores 2. Ah, he
Pops
up.
it up. Second baseman. It's going to be caught.
Swung at the first one, popped it up. 2 outs, but still 2 on, and we got Evan Walter here. So we need a hit. We need a hit. Nice timely hit here from Walter. He's been doing it this year.
So 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. It's going to bring up first baseman Evan Walter.
I don't want to, if I'm them, I'm leading him off with a curveball here and try to get him a chase. And they brought a fast.
They brought a fast one.
Down.
Wiggin at third. Parker at second.
Walter. That's going to do it. It's a base hit to left field. That's going to score 2 maybe. Here comes a throw to the plate. That scores 2. Big hit. Walter takes second on the throw home. And that's what the Red Knights needed. That's what the Red Knights needed right there. So Walter, ground ball through the hole, scores 2 with 2 outs.
So here we go, 4-3 now.
Brings up our right fielder, Ryan Matches, with 2 outs. Runner on second is Walter.
Right fielder, Ryan Matches.
It's now 4-3.
Hutchinson.
Tucci come out of the dugout not happy. He probably there. I don't think there was a cutoff to home. They threw it all the way in. The cutoff wasn't even there, and now the runner's at second base. So he's thinking, well, they have another runner in scoring position. We hit the cutoff. Walter's still at first.
This is going to be a hard chop to third base.
That's a good play.
Oh, he's going to throw it out, though. We're going to be a tied ball game here. As Walter's going to come in to score. Good stop by the third baseman.
So there's an error. 4-4, 2 outs, and that puts Matches at second base. Brings Reeves to the plate. 4-4 game. Looked like Matches was really close to missing the first base, but I think he got it with his cleat. Reeves line drive, base hit.
Shot. He's going to look. He's going to bring him around to score. He's going to throw him out completely.
Yep. So Reeves all over ball there, 2 in a row he's lined. And that one there, Matches win. He was out by about 15 feet. But we tied it at 4 after 3, and the Red Knights have come to life. The sky's not fallen quite yet.
Not at all.
That's what's the thing is. We set our bar so high. We're still coming off a state championship, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, and these kids here, there was a couple of them that were going to start on that team last year that was also stacked. And then they didn't have a season. And then Coach Perk and some of us last year got to coach 25 games, which was a blessing. We started 1-5 last year, They didn't get a season. And we ended up way over 500, 4 or 5 games over, played really well toward the end of the year. But these kids didn't, you got to remember, they didn't have a season last year. No, I know Malvern didn't either. I understand that. But we had kids that we just didn't know. We thought we knew about a lot of them. And some of them were going to be able to play last year and never got that opportunity. So, the seniors lost out, and kids everywhere lost out an entire year of spring last year. Unbelievable.
Did you ever think, though, in your life, something like that would ever happen last year?
No. And looking back, it would have been pretty easy to play baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Considering we went through in fall and basketball and playing, baseball would have been in there.
You're outside
but
as it
no
is.
one knew.
No. We were laughing because we would have said if we knew what we knew now, because we were doing a wedding in Myrtle Beach when everything hit hard.
Yeah. Noah Ball hit one last time.
Yeah.
He hit one off the left field wall. Got into one.
He was the one that we thought pretty much was.
Oh, he hit it hard. So, top of the fourth.
We're tied up at 4, pal. So here is the second pitch. Check swings.
Good pitch.
Get called, though. Strike.
On the corner park with a fastball 1-1. Chris looking pretty good here.
So here we go, top of the fourth. 1-1 pitch. Gets called on the corner. So here is the 1-2.
Good
Gets
pitch.
Swinging.
Outside fastball, tailing away 2 to the righty. That's a really good movement. Looked like a 2-seamer, had that natural lefty tail. Hard to hit.
Well, now Parker's starting to get into that same rhythm now we talked about with Hutchins. So one down, that's going to bring up left fielder Devin Phillips. 1 for 1 today. First pitch goes on to just outside for ball 1. Phillips last time hit him that nice little blooper down with matches again.
Flare.
But this pitch is going to be fouled and out of play behind us.
Chris feeling the rhythm here. 1-1, 1 out.
Getting
Nobody
the
on.
sign from early. Here it comes.
Chopper
Nice
over
chopper.
the pitcher's head. It's going to be empty quick. Boucher. Safe.
Gets it off. But
Got him.
Oh! Oh! The coach was so excited.
Boucher comes over. It's a chopper over Parker's head. If Walter fields it, there's no way he can – or no, if Boucher fields – I'm sorry, excuse me. If Boucher fields it the second, there's probably no way he gets him. It was Leisure that came from short on the second base side and had his momentum going to first base, and he's called out. Tucci doesn't like it.
No.
He's out on the field. He's talking to the home plate umpire.
I don't know what dugout he's going to. So it's going to bring up Hutchinson now.
Hutchinson is the leadoff hitter. Pitcher. 2 outs, nobody on. Parker going to get ahead with a fastball on the outside corner. He's been painting that corner.
He's taking a look. Getting the sign from early. Here's the pitch. Inside. Gets him to swing.
Man, tied him up with that fastball. Sawed him off. Surprised him. 0-2 now. See if we go upstairs in the eyeballs with the fastball up and out. Looks like we are up and out.
Yeah, we're going to try to set him up.
That's what I'd come with here. Hit a spot.
Gets him the swing.
He didn't hit it high, but he hit it out, and it's swing and miss, strike 3. And after 3.5, it's 4-4.
Yeah, no runs, no hits, no errors.
3 up and 3 down.
Go to the bottom of the 4th. We are all tied up here. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Red Night Baseball right here on the K-Night Network. Bottom of the 4th, all tied up at 4. As Tucci's still over there talking.
Yeah, he's
to the
over at
umpire.
John Jason Vane. And, Tucci, at this stage in his career, he's coached football, basketball, baseball. He's going to let you have it. And he don't care. I heard some people in the crowd like, oh, this isn't basketball. Listen, he don't care what you say. He's going to coach, and he's going to say what he wants to say. He's a good coach.
That's going to bring up here the 8th batter for the Red Knights. It's going to bring up Will Early. It's going to be 8-9-1 for the Red Knights. As the pitch comes up, he's going to get
That's
it
in
right
there.
there. It's going to fall.
Will Early gets a little flare over the third baseman's head. Traditionally, a third baseman plays even with the bag with nobody on, and that just poked right over his head. We'll take it. Early's on base. Leisure, who's been done damage in the 9-hole this year, he's been a good 9-hitter. It's important for us. It's like another leadoff hitter in the 9-hole,
So here's
There
he's
he
going
is.
to put the bunt
He
down.
can definitely bunt. That's beautiful,
exactly what he's
Caleb.
gonna do. Right down first base line. He's going to pick it. It's going to be a sacrifice bunt. Is it going to move early?
Sacrifice bunt, pat him down. That's pushed towards first. Perfectly placed. He's been able to bunt since he was 8. Excellent bunt. So it puts Early at second base with 1 out. And back to the top of the order, Don Boucher.
Second baseman, Don Boucher.
Ooh, sometimes I don't think he comes set, man. He quick pitches. He doesn't do it every time. It's called strike a little bit low, the curveball there. Red Knight faithful giving it to the umpire. Dom gets a timeout there. Hutchinson was going back to that quick pitch, Early
Did he
on
come
second.
set, though?
Yeah, it's been borderline. He did there.
Low and outside.
See, what he does is he doesn't bring his glove and hand down. He just comes here and stays set. So sometimes as soon as his hands come together, he goes home. So it almost looks like it's a balk, but it might not be. It's just close.
Foul to the back fence.
1-2 now for Boucher. Like him to get into one to the gap here so we can get early in. Will's not the fastest of foot, but a good base runner. He's smart. So
Curveball. It's going to be pop
driven
fly.
to center, but a center fielder got a beat on that one. It was hit well. Early won't be able to tag there. Dom was right on that, just right at the center fielder for the second out of the inning. Brings up Avery Wiggin.
Center fielder Avery Wiggin.
Wiggin right now 1 for 1 today.
He got on last time. He beat a ball out.
Foul on the first pitch.
A little bobble to first last time he
Yep.
got on base. Yeah. He got on in an error, but he may have been on. He may have beaten it out if it was field clean. It would have been close. I think officially they ruled it an error.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Here is the 0-1. It's going to be ball 2, or ball 1, I'm sorry. 1-1, 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th.
So we got early at second with 2 outs. Sometimes we pinch run there, but it's a little early to do that.
Back to the fence,
We
foul.
normally pinch run Dickinson at times, who's got some good speed. But it's a little – I mean, it's the 4th, but it's a 4-4 game. I could see us needing him later. Because once you pinch run and you re-enter a little early for him, and he's done for the game. So you got to pick your spots on that pinch runner.
Crowding the plate pretty good. Here's the pitch. They're going to throw at him a little bit. Make it ball 2. Wiggin digs in. Hutchison brings it. Foul.
Good
Back
cut.
to the
Anytime it comes straight back like that, that means the batter's right on it. You know, if they foul it straight back, you might think, well, they just nipped another dead on it. You know, when it comes straight back. So that was a good cut right on that pitch. Probably come with a curveball here.
Yeah, 2-2, 2 outs.
Yep,
That's
there it
exactly
is.
what it was. And he's not going to get it. 3.
Good pitch. Full count.
Hutchinson's not a bad pitcher for Malvern at all.
No, he's a
Once he settles
competitor. He's an
down.
athlete.
That's going to be pop flied.
Oh, the
Oh,
catcher in and
catcher
out of his
tries
glove. It was. He dove toward the Red Knight dugout. It popped out of his glove, but that would have been a tremendous catch. Lefevre,
Oh.
another athlete. I mean, your pitcher and catcher, that's who's got the ball all the time. They're really good athletes.
Remember
Hutchinson,
calling his name a
Lefevre.
lot in baseball or in
Yeah.
basketball.
Yep. Full
So
count.
here we go.
2 outs. Avery's all choked. Ready to choke and poke. Choked up, scooted on a plate. Going to put him play.
Oh, just
foul.
foul down the first base line.
He's seen them all now. He's into like 8 pitches here. He's seen the curveball. He's seen the fastball. I don't know that there is a pitch in there that may look like a changeup that Dirk's thrown a few times. I'm going to have to get a better look at it. Something's dying down. I don't know if it's his two-seamer, but it kind of looks like an off-speed. Hasn't thrown it much, maybe 1 or 2 times.
He's gonna
That
throw
one. That one
It's
there.
low.
That looks like some kind of off-speed changeup. They just threw it with full count. But it's a walk. We got 2 outs, first and third, with our 3-hitter Chris Parker and pitcher up. Coach Perk going to put a sign on here.
So here we are, tied up at 4.
We advanced on ball 4 here.
Runners at the corners. Here's the pitch. Straight.
It's going to tail
shot.
away. That's in the gap for Parker.
It is.
It's going to score early. They're going to hold up Wiggin, and Parker's in the second midfield with a stand-up double. 5-4 Red Knights.
How did Early get the third on that? I wasn't looking. How did Early get the third? He just took off on both. He didn't see it. Yeah, I was wondering how he even got there.
Yeah, interesting about that. Early got the third on that walk.
He just took off.
And Malvern didn't even pay attention. Right, I was sitting there, why is he at third?
As
Bryson Miller
comes and takes first strike.
popped up last time, takes the first pitch strike here.
That's going to be popped up and out of play.
Fouled back 0-2 to Miller. Be nice to get another hit here and get 2 runs in on this because he'll send Parker on any base hit unless it's right hard in an outfielder. They got good arms and they're fast. They're outfield.
So here
There's
is
2
the
outs.
here is the 0-2. 2 outs.
See, that's a pitch dying down. That's almost like a it's not a
Speed.
curve. Yeah, it's not a curve. It's almost like a change-up. It's dying off.
Outside.
2-2. 2 outs. Bottom 4, 5-4 Red Knights. Bryson Miller at the plate.
2 on. 1 at third, 1 at second. Here's the pitch. Bryson throws down. Foul down the third base line.
Curveball inside corner.
Caught him.
Froze him. That's a good pitch. Good pitch. Threw it right at the right-hander's hip and froze him for
So
a strikeout.
1 run on 2 hits.
1 run, 2 hits, 2 left.
We go in
And the 4,
to the
Toronto
top
5,
of the
Malvern
5th
4.
with the score. Your Red Knights 5, Malvern 4. Bush, Lefevre, and Davis up for Malvern. Once again, I mean, a beautiful, beautiful evening
Oh.
here at the Night Complex Center.
Can't ask for much better.
Oh,
Field looks pristine, looks groomed. Even the outfield, you know, it's cut
I like
nice.
the side cut.
The T in center field, painted in center field. Of course, the Toronto block lettering on the field turf behind the batter's box. Hornets are in green jerseys and gray pants. Red Knights are in red top, white pants with the all red hat. They have 2 hats this year, Red Knights. The white with the red bill and all red.
Take this time to thank AD Mark Farrell for letting us come up here and calling this game for you guys tonight since you're unable to make it. We do promise the next game we will have the video back up and running. I'm supposed to get an email from him tomorrow with the paper in case anyone questions.
And hopefully
anything.
we're there. We're up 5-4 now.
Hopefully.
We need some more runs. And I don't know if it's at Minerva or not. It was 2 years ago. I don't know if they've announced the district yet. I'm sure Coach Farrell would know. I know initially they did not announce it last week, but it may be out.
That's normally where they seems like they want to go.
And they have field turf as well.
That, and then normally after that we always end up the Beaver Stadium up in Cambridge. But anyway, we got to get through this one before we play anywhere else as they're throwing the ball down and we're getting ready to play the fifth.
Minerva is still looking for the ball. Carafa hit over the bullpen and over the batting cages a couple years ago in the district. Okay, Bush at the plate, the 2-hitter, second baseman, I believe, for the Hornets to lead it off the top of the 5th.
So here we go. Gets the call.
Chopper
Chopper down third, foul. Bush 1 for 2 tonight. As Lasers 0-1 pitch. Fouled
straight back, right on it, 0-2. So, Parker, we want to go fastball up and out. We want to drop a curveball in here. 0-2. Last time they called, he had 0-2 on a kid. Up and out, it was just out, but it was a good pitch, and it was a strikeout. So, we'll see what Coach Crow dials up here. He's giving Will Early the signs right now. I think it's up. We're going to go fastball up.
Here's his 0-2.
Not up, but flared foul and in the parking lot.
It's going to be out of play.
Yeah, you want to get
So
that 0-2 up in the eyeballs, chin eyeballs. It's tough to. It looks really inviting for a hitter a lot if they can't stay off, especially with 2 strikes. They're in like attack mode, or they can't get struck out, so they. Ooh, outside fastball. It's a good spot
1-2.
for a ball, but it lights up your eyes, and then your hands can't catch up to that high speed up, or you're going to pop it up or miss. That's why you want that 0-2 in the eyes.
Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Ground ball.
Right to Reeves. Reeves to Walter.
5-3.
So that's going to bring up catcher.
Lefevre doing the catching duties.
Lefevre 1 for 2. Last time he was up doubles on a ground ball right over the first baseman's head.
Another little
First.
flare at Reeves. He has to charge it. Does. 1 hop. In and out of Walter's glove. It was a 1 hop, but it was there. Error on the first baseman there. Could have been a better throw, but off the turf, it's going to get you a nice hop. It did. You're better to miss low than high. High, you're pulling the first baseman off. Low, I mean, ideally you want it right there. But E3, it's officially scored as.
So he could look to throw.
There's that move to first base. Boy,
Quick.
yeah, this move here by Parker sometimes from here, the only way you would call it a balk on a lefty, you'd have to have a third umpire with one over at first base, okay?
Okay.
The umpire behind him can't really they can call it, but not on the move to home. The home plate umpire would have to be able to tell whether he's coming home or not.
Back over to first. Thing is, I mean, you saw that where it came to play in the last OVAC championship game, the one after us, Lindsley and Martins Ferry.
Yeah.
That game pretty much.
He got like a 1 foot lead over there now at first base. Curveball, good
Gets
pitch to
Davis to
Davis.
swing.
Davis swung out of his shoes. He was trying to hit one down to a barge. 0-2.
1 out, 5-4 Red Knights.
Top of the fifth, game moving for as much activity as we've had.
Jams him inside as he fouls it down first base line.
He said to the right side both times. He gets that little pop up and dropped in front of Matches. And he grounded out the first.
So here it is, the 0-2 count. Parker checks the runner at first, who only is a shoelace off the bag.
Foul. Foul ball. Reeves had to knock it down with his chest in foul territory. That was that was really tough because that could have been fair or foul. He went over and staggered the line and took it off the chest, knocked it foul, so it wouldn't get down the line, and it was foul.
Once again, Tusi didn't like that call.
It was foul. It doesn't matter where the player is. The player could be in fair territory. If the ball was foul before the base, it's foul, even if he touches it.
So here we go. 0-2 pitch, 1 out. Runner at first base. Parker brings it.
Pops up. That could be trouble. That's in between, or is that Avery got? Okay. I thought
like
that was
Wigan.
in between. 2 outs. Wigan. Easy can of corn for him there. I thought at first that was going to be one of those tweeners between second, short, and center, but it carried out enough for Will to make the easy catch. 2 outs.
Right fielder.
So that's going to bring up Mosser.
Moser or Mosser, I think it's Moser. He's a right fielder that threw out Reeves earlier on a cannon.
Just high for ball 1. You know what? Most of the whole entire outfield that I've noticed this game so far has a cannon
Yes.
for an arm.
They got athletes.
Checks the runner. Here is the
Good pitch. I might
One-
want to come in there again. I don't think he liked it in there. Could be wrong, where he wasn't expecting that fastball and riding in on him like that from Parker. 2 outs. Curveball, strike.
Gets him the swing and a miss.
1-2.
So here we are, top
Got
of the fifth
anything he
inning.
wants here right now. Looks like we're setting up out. Fastball out.
Dan's
Line
gonna
that
find that
way.
little gap.
Matches
Oh!
on the run.
Matches on a nice catch.
Nice catch for the third out. So after 4.5, Red Knights 5. Hornets 4. And Tucci is still unhappy.
No runs, no hits, 1 left. And 4.5.
1 error.
Run of 5. Malvern.
So we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Red Knights up. 5-4. We'll take a timeout. And welcome back here to the Night Baseball Complex as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score right now. Your Red Knights 5, Malvern 4. As Hutchinson still stays on the mound for Malvern.
We're going to have Walter, Matches, and Reeves due up for the Red Knights in the bottom half of the 5th.
Last time Walters was up, he doubled on a line drive to the left fielder. Well, Zach's around the 370 sign, right in that gap.
We're missing one thing right now. The 400 sign in the center. We got 300, 370, 300, 370. We know it's 400 in the center.
Bottom of the 5th for the Red Knights. First
Let's get it in
baseman,
there.
Evan Walter.
Telling you what, once again, I know I keep saying it, the field looks beautiful tonight.
Outstanding. Walter, who singled last time and brought home 2 runs. Ground ball through the left side. He laid off the bottom of the 5th.
So here's Hutchinson's first pitch.
Up.
To be up and inside. Ooh, just over his head.
Nearly got him in the shady side game. That happened. Went behind Walter, hit his bat. Yes. You know, the thing is to drop your bat, but I don't think he realized it was going to hit his bat.
Well, that shady side pitcher was so quick. I'm not sure if he had time.
Oh, he was good. That kid was dealing.
And that wasn't their ace. That was their.
Oh, I found out he is.
Is he?
Yeah, the other kid that's going to Tulane throws 89, but he don't have the control near that kid does.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
He's more of a
all.
closer type. Rich Donnelly told me that. So he said he's good, but he doesn't have that kind of.
Oh.
You know, that kid was pretty good. So we get a walk here. Or is it he get hit?
No, he walked, and now Tucci's going to come out.
That was 4 straight pitches?
Yep.
Okay.
As Tucci's going to come out, looks like he's just taking his time. Looks like we're now going to get a. No?
So we got a situation here. It's 5-4, bottom of the 5th. Do you have Matches put one down? You could. There's no outs. You get him over. I mean, any insurance run now is huge.
Well, the first time Matches was up, came out, struck out swinging. Second run, he ground ball and reached by an error by on the left fielder.
And Ryan runs pretty well out of the box. I mean, he could put it down. We're going to get the runner over, and they may even chuck it down the line, you know. Because sometimes you get in a hurry, catcher comes out, pitcher miscommunication, but you got to get it down first. I'm not sure that they're gonna bunt, but this would be a situation where we probably could do it. Reeves on deck.
Walter at first. So here we go. No outs. He is
bunting.
to bunt. Tries it down third, but go foul.
I don't know if he'll keep it on 2 in a row. Sometimes Perk does and doesn't. He's 50-50 on that. See where he's at. He got something on. He went real quick on that.
Looks this way. What?
He didn't really detach from the mound, did he? Or he
No,
tripped?
I didn't think he did, but
He threw to first and stumbled.
unless he wasn't on the rubber, or unless he wasn't on the rubber, I mean.
See if Matches is he's gonna bunt again. Nope.
Pulls back.
1-1. See if it's still on here. Yeah, I think we left it on. We want Ryan to get this down. 1-1 count. Walter at first, no outs. Bottom of the 5th, 5-4 Red Knights. Every run's huge.
Here's the 1-1. Throws.
Pulls back. Good
Oh.
job, Ryan. Pulled back. 2-1.
Up and in.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Perks. Keep seeing what sign he's throwing.
Yeah, I think it's either going to stay on or we're going to, you could hit and run here.
Keeps it on. It's going to be a bunt down, but
Fouled it
foul.
off. Couldn't get it down. Now there's 2 strikes. You're just going to let him hit. 2-2.
2-2. No outs here. Bottom of the 5th. 5-4 Red Knights.
You could still hit and run with 2 strikes, but then you want to run into a strike him out, throw him out situation. 2. So there's a couple things you can do here, but just let Ryan hit straight up here probably. Ball in the dirt. Good read by Evan.
Gonna stay.
He's
Gonna be
safe. Close at second. Ball in the dirt. He takes off. And Walter gets a second. It's as good as a bunt. So now there's still full count. Runner on second. No outs. Matches. A walk will take. Hits even better.
Pops up.
Pops up towards the right
Out of
side.
play.
That's going to be out of play. So he's going to hang in here and see another pitch. Ever important run at second base. Put us up 2. Line
Nice
drive to
drive,
center
center.
field. That's dropping. Base hit matches. It's not going to score him.
No.
Hit really hard. He had to look behind him. Anyway, first and third, no outs. Brings up Reeves, who has 2 hits today. Line drive to right. Got thrown out at second. Then a line drive to left center.
Third baseman, Brant Reeves.
So here we go. The pitch to Reeves. First
Popped
pitch.
up. Don't be. Popped up to
Down the first base line.
That's what we didn't need.
Yep.
But that's what happens sometimes. So 1 out. First and third. We're still in business here.
I say
Will early.
really no harm done.
We need to get Ryan to second to get out of the double play situation here.
Now batting for the Red Knights, catcher Will Early.
We
So
don't
Will
want to
comes
get
up.
picked off. Ryan's got a pretty big lead. Curveball. Out. Yep.
So Will, first time up, walked.
2-0 to early. Plus count. You want your pitch here, Will. Don't chase anything. Get a fastball you like, thigh high, dead middle, hopefully, and line one.
Last time he was up, he had that nice little flare right under.
They're stealing. And they got matches to second base, which works. So strike called. It's 2-1, 1 out, and a turkey's on the table here for Will Early. You got 2 on, 1 out. Base hit could score 2. Fouled back.
So here we go, 2-2, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, still 5-4 Red Knights. Curveball. Just misses, makes it full count, 3-2.
Full count.
Comes set, here's the delivery. It's going to put Early on.
Up and maybe a little bit out. That loads them up with 1 out for Leisure, our 9 here, top of the order on deck. Got a chance here for a lot of things with 1 out. You could safety squeeze this if you really wanted to. Leisure bunts well.
He sacrificed bunt last time,
Fouled
didn't he,
back.
the catcher?
Safety squeeze would be all right here. Third baseman's up. I'd push it towards first on a squeeze and then bring it in. Yep. Yeah, I think we might even have a safety squeeze coming here. I could see it coming. There it is. Third baseman was charging. We had to squeeze on, and he offered. He threw it outside. No damage there other than a strike. Good try there.
Here's the 0-2. Outside.
And outside again.
I think he thought he was going to try it again. 'Cause it looked like it was the same location.
Staying away from Leisure. 1-2. Curveball just missed. Just missed.
2-2 the count. Bases loaded for the Red Knights.
1 out. Hornets in the baseline with their infielders. Line drive up the middle, and it might be 2.
It's
It's
one.
tailor-made.
So
Leisure's out, so
6
6-3, 6 unassisted to 3
Yep.
for the double play. I thought it was up the middle for a second, but it pulled the shortstop right to second base. Momentum going that way. Double play. Red Knights leave the bases stranded. 5-4. Red Knights over the Hornets after 5.
No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. End of 5. Toronto 5, Malvern 4.
We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Red Knight Baseball right here on the K9 Network. And welcome back here to the Knights Baseball Complex as we go into the top of the 6th inning with the score 5-4 Red Knights.
So now we're getting late. 6 outs to a victory. But we need some more runs. We need to get a 1-2-3 here and get in here and get a couple runs.
So Parker is pitching for your Red Knights, but it's going to bring shortstop Tristan Phillips to the plate for Malvern. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch.
They get a runner on, you're going to see a lot of small ball come into play. A 1-run game, we know Malvern likes to do that, according to Coach Perkins, their scouting report. So it'll get interesting. You have to make all the right plays, be in the right positions.
Right down
Pitch.
the middle.
2-1.
5-4 Red Knights here, top of the 5th, or top of the 6th. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a chopper right back.
Set
to
yourself
Parker.
and throw. Really close at first. He set himself and threw. He took his time, but he stuck it there, got him by a half step. Half step's the same as 3 steps, Rich. It's an out.
He just wanted to keep the fans on their toes, that's all.
Center fielder, Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker.
Oh, I'm serious, what a name. As here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
He doesn't seem like he's been really on to Parker. He ended up lining one later in the bat. Last at bat, he was struggling, then he lined one of the matches, so I think he's kind of guessing up there.
Just outside. 1-1's count. 1 out here.
Parker's thrown well since he came in, settled everything down. We had a game this year where Parker had a similar start as Caleb, and Caleb came and settled everything down, you know? So it's opposite today.
So here is the 2-1. It's going to be like a little blooper, but matches is right
He's
there.
He's steady out there. Ryan plays a good right field. That's tailing away. The right-hander flares it down the line. It's going to naturally go that way. Keep going towards foul territory. He had a good jump on it. Ran it down.
Matches is having a nice game tonight out there.
No ball. First baseman. Tall drink of water.
Watches it go outside for ball 1.
Out.
It's not far. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to Mike Roach sitting on his porch listening to us. Appreciate you guys. As he watches for a call, strike 1. 1-1, 2 outs. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Change up. Thing diving down. Parker, a lot of movement on that.
Parker not wasting time.
Off speed
Goes
down.
inside.
2-2. They're hesitant to give him another fastball. I mean, earlier he tattooed that one over Miller's head.
He was the bang you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Or the blast, I mean.
the loop and a blast.
Well, jammed him inside that time. Make him swing.
It's crazy when those balls go foul now. You know they're foul on the turf. You know when they chop foul. You know normally these old fields you play on up here, you hit a rock, it comes back in fair.
Oh,
All kinds of stuff happen. Foul is foul now.
ball. So here we go, 3-2 count.
Full count, 2 outs, nobody on. Fouled back.
Fouled, back out of play.
Good at bat by ball here. He's seen them all. Seen about 7 pitches, 6, 7 pitches. Seen everything Parker got. He saw the fastball, the curveball, the change.
Here is the full count. Throw him
Behind
low.
him. Be a walk.
So puts ball on. That's going to bring up Phillips.
He's their 9-hitter, so the top of the order is up next. So you want to get out of this before you get to the top. And they'll have the top to start the 7th if we can get out of this.
Looks ball at first.
No lead at first. No lead at first.
Throws
Good
down.
pitch.
Called strike.
Yeah. You won't see any small ball here with 2 outs. You can't, unless he's going to drag for a hit. I don't know that he can. Or he'd push with a lefty towards first base.
Brings it. It's going to be hit. And Bowser
Line drive
right
caught
there.
by Bowser.
Nice play by Bowser.
That'll do it for the 5.5. Red Knights 5. Hornets 4.
Yeah, no runs, no hits, no errors.
No hits, 1 left.
That goes to the bottom of the 6th. The score, Red Knights 5, Malvern 4.
Be interesting to see our approach, too, on how to get a run. You know, do we want to try to manufacture one and get that bonus run? Do we want a straight hit and see what happens? We got to get a runner on.
I'll say we're going to have to get some insurance runs somehow.
It's important to get another run, but right now, you know, they have the top of the order coming up. I was talking about bunting there, like, you know, with 2 outs you wouldn't unless a kid was going to bunt for a hit. You know, as a lefty, like if a right-hander, you want to drag towards third because righties fall naturally towards first base. A lefty falls naturally towards third. If you can push to first, then they're tailing that way, so it's harder for the pitcher to field the ball. But that's easier said than done. But if you got a guy that can do that, then you can bunt at any time. Doesn't matter if it's 2 outs. You're bunting for a hit. You're bunting for – and that's what I was thinking about, like with Dom, as he develops over time. I'm sure they work with bunting, but I'd like to see him be able to push and drag in this leadoff hole for a hit. He got good speed. Dominic Bowser, which will lead off this inning. Top of the order for the Red Knights.
For the Red Knights, second baseman, Dom Bowser.
Bottom 6, 5-4. We need insurance here, Rich. Need some insurance.
So here we go. First pitch, Bowser's going to be up
and in
for a ball. 5-4 Red Knights right now. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-0 pitch.
Another one up, 2-0. 2-0. Dom hit one real hard, a line drive to the center fielder last inning, right on it. Now he's ahead 2-0. Wants a time and gets it. Tucci doesn't like the timeout late. I mean, he's calling it, but Hutchinson's not looking. He kind of looks to the side or back at his windup. He looks there.
That time he didn't because he was wondering if he was going to get it again, but it's going to still go high, though. It's going to bring up a 3-0 count.
3-0. You're going to take here. You want a base runner. You don't want to green light him here. Let him. There's a strike. Still plus count, 3-1, same as 2-0.
Hutchinson, that was coming.
You got to get yours here. You're ahead. You want your pitch.
Same down the middle.
There's that changeup. That was left up. That definitely wasn't a fastball. 3-2. Ball 4.
Low.
Dom selective there. Good at bat, too. Not chasing anything. He might have got one he could have drove, but it was off speed. It was a changeup. So smart at bat. We got our leadoff guy on base. I'd look to bunt here with Avery. I think it's really important with Dom can run. No outs. Let's get him to second. Let's get another run here. Manufacture one in.
Wiggin
nice lead. He might just steal him.
He is.
Fake bunt, then steal. Bowser's in there.
Bowser.
Showed bunt. It was a fake bunt steal, but not quite. He didn't square as early. Sometimes you'll see him square to get them to move their infield, and then you run. But either way, he's at second base.
I'm telling you what.
You can bunt him to third if you want to. You can bunt him to third.
You know what's coming. Oh.
That looked a little bit out.
It's going to bring up a 0-2 count. Wiggin.
Yep.
Here we go. Here is the 0-2 count.
2, drop 3 could come into play here. 2, it hits him.
Yeah, verse.
So that's going to move Bowser, who was moving on a ball in the dirt, read to the flight of the ball, but it hits Wiggin in the foot, it looks like. So the Red Knights have first and second, no outs, with Chris Parker, our 3-hitter, at the plate. And here comes Tucci to discuss things. Hutchinson's pitched a nice game.
He has.
Pretty good pitcher. He's an athlete. He's out there competing. I mean, he's probably as good as most kids we've seen outside the Shady Side kids, the kids from Oregon Clay. But Ryan Anderson from Central, he's in that category.
I agree.
He's in that category. I mean, he's a good pitcher. He had a nice game.
So
Going to shortstop.
I say it looks like he's going to go to short. First is going to go to pitch, and short's going to go to second. So
is this
take
ball?
a look at this.
Is that ball?
Yeah, I think ball's going to go into pitch.
Yeah, he's a kid. He went off the fence earlier. He's going to pitch now for the Hornets.
So
see what he's got. So we got 2 on. We got Parker. Now you got a whole new pitcher. It's a whole new thing. Another right-hander, though.
So ball's going to pitch.
Dirk Hutchinson from the mound to shortstop. Coming in to pitch.
Hutchinson's going to go to short. And
Phillips is at first now.
yeah.
'15's at third.
Oh, I didn't see that.
A lot of movement for the Hornets here. Sam Jones, home plate umpire's got straight in his card.
So
Parker
Davis
steps
goes to
in.
first, and Phillips goes to third. As Parker comes to the line. 2 on for the Red Knights.
You don't bunt your 3-hitter here. You don't bunt 2 runners over. You let Chris hit. There's guys that would bunt both over, but not with your 3-hitter.
Bowser at second, Wiggin at first.
Chris got into one last time in the right center field, called by Mark McCart up here. I heard him right before the pitch. Look at the gap.
And the funny thing is,
Right
that gap
center.
is still there
It's still
again.
there.
As it goes outside for ball 2.
2-0. He's ahead. So Chris now, new pitcher. You haven't seen him much. It has to be absolutely perfect here, 2-0.
Looking. Outside, 3.
3-0. Starting to look pretty good here, but we left the bases stranded last inning, so.
Checks the runner. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4.
Oh,
So he threw 4 straight balls. He just came in. Now we got Bryson Miller, who is 0 for 2 today. I believe that he popped up and got caught looking last time, but this kid's thrown 4 straight balls. You know, I almost want a 2-0 approach on the first pitch. If it's not your favorite on the first pitch, I'm laying off.
So here we go.
Make him throw a strike here.
Ball. It's gonna
Dropped
be-
it into the ground. 6. Only play is at first, but that'll get a run in, so we'll take it off the end of Bryson Miller's bat. It was a slow roller short. Hutchinson's only play was at first base, but it will score. Boucher and the Red Knights lead 6-4, and with 1 out, they now have second and third, and that brings up Evan Walter to the plate.
First baseman, Evan Walter.
Coach Perk wants a timeout.
I think this is where you're going to see your pitch run.
I don't think he's going to run for Parker. He's going to run Dickinson for Parker, second base, and then Parker will re-enter and continue pitching. So Nolan Dickinson, freshman, will pinch run. He's now at second base. Wiggins at third.
For the Red Knights, number 13, Nolan Dickinson.
1 out. Walter at plate.
So here we go then. 6-4 Red Knights after the changes made by the Red Knights. Here's Walter's first pitch. Down the middle.
Base
called
hit's going to score 2, and we know Dickinson's running no matter what. Did you see him the other game? Coach Perk was holding him up. But listen, if you're going to go, go. I don't think he saw him. It's easier said than done. You can say, oh, he's holding him up. When you're running full speed,
Oh,
sometimes you may think he's sending me. You know, you're ready to go. So if you're going to go, go. And he scored. That was against Central on Saturday.
1-1. Outside, ball 2.
2-1 plus count. He's only thrown 1 strike so far. Or no, he threw a strike to Miller. Miller grounded out. So, excuse me, that was the batter before that.
Walter digs in. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Curveball. Got it on the inside
man,
corner.
That thing was in. It looked a little in. Looked a little in. 2-2. Move on. Next pitch. Ground ball hard to short. Coming home with it. They're going to have him at the plate. He's out.
got him.
Listen, Lefevre just made an excellent play at home. The ball pulled him outside the baseline. He caught it while he was diving left and tagged back right and made the play. That was a very underrated play, and I don't think people appreciated it here enough.
Agreed.
Very athletic by Lefevre. 2 outs, 6-4.
Right fielder,
Well,
Ryan
we talked
Benson.
about how Lefevre's been playing earlier in the game. Like we talked about the way he plays basketball, but the way he plays baseball is the same. Goes after it.
Given the corner again. Inside corner, fastball. It matches. First and third. Got Walter at first. Perk gives us signs here. First base not holding him on. You think they're just giving him second. And they are. He takes off. No throw to second. They give it to him. They're not worried about that run at second base. They're worried about the batter right now. So 1-1 to Matches, 2 outs, second, third.
Matches steps in, 1-1.
Line drive, base hit, Matches. That's perfect. Just what we want. We're going to hold Walter up because it's really short and left. Base hit for the senior right fielder, Ryan Matches. RBI. Puts Walter at third and brings Reeves up with 2 outs.
So that's going to bring the score up now 7-4 Red Knights. And you mentioned it earlier in the game, too, as well, when they were down 4-1. Don't worry about that yet. As Reeves
is
comes
2
up.
for 3 tonight. Popped up last time. Ball out. Matches. They're going to hold the runner on now. At first, which I don't know if I'd hold him.
Right.
Reeves is a spray hitter. He could hit it down that way, and you're holding the runner, but who knows?
Right down third base.
Down the line.
Glove.
Hit for Reeves. Been a really tough play.
Oh.
That'd have been a really tough play. It was a short hop on him, pulling the third baseman away, and that's the third hit of the night for Reeves and an RBI. So it puts first and second. We have Reeves and Matches first and second. Will Early, senior catcher, will come up with 2 outs. 8-4 Red Knights. Yeah, we did say when Toronto was playing from behind, they played so much better in the beginning of the year. But you don't want to play from behind. But
No.
Will Early lines
Early.
one to left center field.
That's
Center
gonna be an
fielder
issue.
can run. Wow, he was all over that
Speed.
ball. That was a well-hit ball. That center fielder had a jump on it. But Red Knights get 3 runs on 2 hits.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, the damage has been done. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. On his
8-4.
23 pitches, the score, Red Knights 8, Malvern 4.
8-4. Need 3 outs.
It's going to bring up Hutchin top of the order for Malvern.
You got to get the first out before you can get the second out.
True.
Then you can start talking about the third out. But you got to get the first one. So Parker, who's come in and settled things down for the Red Knights, is dealing right now. So we're in a good spot. You just don't want to, you want to clean up things like that bad start. I was kind of joking earlier in the year we did start like that and played better, but in the tournament when you lose one game, baseball is a funny game. You can lose to anybody, and we're getting ready to win 26 sectionals in a row, which is unbelievable. And the pressure just builds for every kid that comes through here. You start thinking, I don't want to be the one that was in the game. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But, it can happen. You could one pitcher. I mean, Hutchinson was good enough to beat somebody today.
Oh, yeah.
I
mean, his curveball was breaking nicely all day today.
Yeah.
Ducey, for some odd reason, still complaining. I don't know. Any team I've always learned can be beaten on any given day.
Oh, yeah. And listen, a lot of times your best teams, like we won a state championship in 2019. Yeah. They were a really good team.
Yeah.
Were they our best team ever? Probably not. Nothing against they were really good. They won a state championship. So, yeah, they are. In 98 team, yeah, they are. If we had maybe had better teams, yeah. The stars have to align. You have to have luck. You have to have hits. You got to field the ball. And things just got to go right. You got to get a call here. You got to get an error there. You got to get a hit here. You got to get, pitching matchups right. Maybe a rainout happens. So much in baseball. It's all got to work out.
When you look at it as Hutchins, comes up the bat. You know what I'm talking about. Takes the ball outside. You look at the bracket that we're sitting in right now. Mm-hmm. In my eyes, this is one of the hardest brackets I've seen.
If you get out of the district, you would think you'd win the region.
Yeah.
But again, you run into one pitcher.
True, too.
Parker 1-1 now to Hutchinson at the top of the order for the Hornets. So right now they can't hit a grand slam 4-run homer. They need a base runner, Malvern. So that's what they're working on here.
There comes.
Chopped foul.
Yeah, because you look at the bracket. I mean, you got Shady Side in it, who beat us for OVAC. You got Strasburg, and then you got Rosecrans.
Yep. Shenandoah.
And Highland.
Shenandoah, Highland, Toronto, Shady Side.
As here is the 1-2 pitch, fouled back.
I think Shenandoah's still in it.
They are.
They are. Yeah. They had a good pitcher.
Honestly,
the district's tough, and I know that Newark Catholic and they went in the other bracket there. You won't
away
see
from
them
us.
till the state. So not that you walk through the regional. Regional is still regional.
True.
Good baseball teams.
Chopped to Reeves. Gunned
Hard
him in
throw to
third.
first.
Beautiful.
Way to unleash it. Number 10. I might know him.
Mike.
So, big out there. The first one's important.
Second baseman, Ethan Bush.
Yeah, anybody you get to in the districts is good, and then the regionals is good. I'm not saying the region's not good,
No,
but the district is.
I mean, it's
is
just amazing
tough.
to look at. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
love
tough.
to see Highland, Shenandoah, because there's a chance that they could play each other down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a good game to see.
So 1-0 here.
Low.
Parker, 2-0.
Strasburg up right now, 3-2 against Shadyside.
Battle of the Tigers.
As gets called, strike, outside corner. Red Knights, if hold on to the lead and
I'm sure
win,
we have
we'll play
somebody
them.
scouting out there. There's a base hit made. No, Boucher moves well. Good range.
Ooh.
Safe. That's a really good
call.
play by Boucher in the hole. Gathered himself quickly. But I'm assuming we have someone scouting out there. We got contacts everywhere. Ex-coaches, players, coaching staff. But speaking of scouting, one of the best coaches I've ever been around scouting any sport is Ed Robinson.
Yeah.
Rockhead, who we heard about, this week, this sad news in the moment of silence before the game. But first time I met Ed was at Dalton. They call it Dalton. It's Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you after this pitch if we get a chance. I'm getting late in the game here, but I'm thinking about Ed Robinson as we're at Dalton. Ed Weeder's the head coach. I'm on the staff as a junior high coach, and I had never met Ed Robinson yet. I only knew about him, so it was 2001. He's scouting Dalton for us, and he's going to meet us there and go in the press box. Well, he goes in the press box. First time I met the guy. And all I'm doing is charting. I'm not really coach. I'm a junior high coach. There's a strike on Lefevre. Ed Robinson tells me I want to know down and distance and hash. You just tell me that. He's got charts behind us. He's not watching the field. He's looking at his charts. I'm telling him what's going on. He's calling the plays. And I'm looking down, and those are the plays that are happening. He's not watching the game. Never seen anything like it. I mean, all night, 90% of the time.
His back
Yep.
was turned.
Back to Parker.
1-6.
Got one.
Safe
1-6-3
at
would have
3.
been, but we got the second out. Yeah, so Ed wasn't even looking at the game. He had him so scouted up. He wanted to know down distance hash, and then he'd even call out formation. They're going to go twins left. They're going to run the option. And he'd yell it out to Welday, who was the defensive coordinator at the time. He's yelling to him, and I'm watching. That's what they're running. Unbelievable. And I know he was a heck of a baseball coach. He had Barberton in the state finals, Division I in '93. He'll be missed. Big
I mean, great
personality,
guy
just a
great guy
leader,
all
true
around.
leader, true Red Knight too. Cared. So
He
we
went,
have 2 outs, 2-0.
when I was coaching, of course, I'm now back with the girls, but when I was coaching with them, he would always see me in church. He was always went to the same church. And every day, every Sunday morning, he'd meet me in the back of the church and literally tell me, hey, look, you got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do that.
Oh yeah,
And
and the
you
way
know,
he
you
told you,
You learn.
You learn. It wasn't like he told you what he didn't pull any punches.
No.
But it was a great way. The way he told you his people skills. It was awesome.
And he was right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was when we were back at the old high school.
Yeah. So Perk comes out real quick to settle things down with 2-0, 2 outs. Parker throws a nice strike after that. Probably just tells him, listen, you're up 4 runs. It's 2-0. We don't want a second guy on, and that puts the tying run in the hole. We'll field it. Lay it in there. And he did.
So here's a 2-1.
Another pitch. Strike.
Called strike in inside corner.
2-2. One more for 26 years.
So say, here it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
It'll be over a quarter century, Rich.
Ooh.
Ground ball to
Ground ball.
Leisure. He'll go to first. And that'll do it.
And that's it.
26 years, 1 year over a quarter of a century, we won the sectional title.
Unbelievable. Can
Yeah.
you believe it?
It is amazing. So slow start for the Red Knights, but played extremely well after the second inning.
It's
Outscored the Hornets 7-0 after the second inning. And then with 9 hits.
350 for the Red Knights.
Coach
For
Perk, 350 wins. Didn't realize that. That's a
I
lot of
neither.
wins. Congratulations, Coach Perkins.
So Parker's going to take the win. Hutchinson's going to take the loss. Save is going to go, well, to no one as Parker stays in there.
Parker, the winning pitcher.
We honor and recognize our Toronto County League team.
So I don't know if you have any totals on what you got there.
I'm pulling up right now here.
Red Knights had 9 hits. I'd like to go over those hits if we could. I don't know if you have our hits. Or
I
not.
actually just have a full summary.
Okay.
And it's actually kind of goes like this. Red Knights weathered a push by Malvern in the second inning where the Red Knights coughed up 3 runs, but Red Knights still won 8-4 on, tonight. Malvern's offense in the inning was led by Noah Bell and Ethan Bush, all driving in runs in that inning. Malvern opened up scoring in the second inning while Ball singled on the first pitch of the at-bat, scoring 2 runs. In the bottom of the third inning, though, Red Knights tied things up at 4 when an error scored 1 run for the Red Knights. Red Knights took the lead for good with 1 run in the 4th inning, and in the 4th, Chris Parker singled on the first pitch at bat, scoring the 1 run. Red Knights notched 3 runs in the 6th inning. The offense onslaught came from singles by Ryan Matches and Brant Reeves and a ground out by Bryson Miller. Parker earned the victory on the pitcher's mound for the Red Knights. The pitcher lasted 6 innings, allowing 5 hits and 0 runs while striking out 4 and walking 1. Dirk Hutchinson took the loss, though, from Malvern. The pitcher lasted 5 innings, allowing 8 hits and 6 runs while striking 3 out. Lazier started the game for the Red Knights. The fireballer lasted 1 inning, though, allowing 5 hits and 4 runs while striking out 1 and walking 0. Red Knights scattered 10 hits in the game. Reeves, Parker, and Matches each collected multiple hits for the Red Knights, and Reeves led the Red Knights with 3 hits at 4 at-bats. Malvern totaled 10 hits. Bush and Connor Lefevre each had multiple hits for Malvern as well. So there's pretty much
That's
your
good.
whole entire summary of this game for tonight. And
So they got a nice picture with Coach Perkins out there for his 350th win, 26 consecutive sectional titles.
unbelievable.
So much goes into that, goes back a long way. But it's just to be expected now, It's
So So I'm thinking about this.
I think we won the district 4 years in a row, too.
They
Headed in
did.
last year, which is amazing. That means you went to the regional 4 years in a row prior to last year.
It's amazing because I'm thinking how old I am. Okay?
Yep.
And that's over half of my lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
40 years old. You said 26.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Truly unbelievable.
It is.
Well, Andy, I truly appreciate
it was
you
fun.
taking the time, man.
It was fun.
I really, really do. And we'll be on the road again on the 24th, I believe, is where we're heading at to. We don't know yet,
It's
do
site
we?
to be determined.
So we'll find out one time this week. Keep checking, of course, the Red Knight Facebook page. As I know for a fact, Mark Farrell will have that up for you as soon as we know it. But we're going to be there. Want to go?
I'll go. I'll be there.
All right, let's go. Let's have some fun. We'll join you. Hopefully you join us. Once again, the final here from the Red Knight Complex. The score, your Red Knights 8, Malvern 4. Have a great night, everyone. For Mr. Andy Reeves and myself, have a great night. And if you're driving someplace, have a safe drive home.